June 1st, 2016. We are definitely counting down now. You guys are going to install the hatch today. They've been postponing that for us so we could see this momentous occasion.
Is this the right color?
Yeah, most women prefer black color.
Kauk.
Okay, are we ready, Freddie?
So the hatch going on the right way?
I think so. That should do it.
Oh no, we got some on the deck.
Tear those planks
Oh
off.
no. Gosh, that is an egregious mistake right there, Charlie. I will not let it happen again.
Here we are. It is it June 1st?
June 1st.
It is June 1st.
3 more days for DJ.
June 1st, here we go. We are counting down, I don't know, 8 weeks? June, July, August. We gotta get this thing.
There you go.
All right. Oh, look at that.
Well, you haven't seen the winches yet.
I have not seen winches. We have not seen the deck finished. I mean, you did show us some photographs, but we didn't. Now, I'm not going to spill my coffee on the deck.
Don't spill your coffee.
This is all now finished.
Yeah, remember this was off the wooden rail?
Yep.
So it fit back on pretty nicely. We got all the holes drilled for the high fill lever thing.
Oh, I thought you said, yeah, you showed me that. I thought that was on. You're not going to put it on yet.
No, only because this needs another coat or two of varnish.
Okay.
And it's be kind of in the way. But we
Okay.
got it drilled.
You guys are going to install the hatch today. They've been postponing that for us so we could see this momentous occasion.
Yeah. And all this has been sealed with Smiths.
Okay.
And then we had to put another coat of gray paint on here. Because of fitting the hatch, we had to do a lot of sanding. Because
Okay.
the old hatch hole was an interpretation of a hole. So by the time and it was close, it was like that far from going in. We had to keep monkeying with it till it went in. And it goes in pretty tight. So this being mahogany here, this rabbit,
Yeah.
once we clean the 5200 out of it, we got it down to bare wood and sealed this with Smiths too, prior to varnishing all this. So everything's already sealed
beautiful.
before the
Soft.
caulking goes in.
Okay.
So the caulking is basically a gasket. Keeps it, so we're gonna use the same caulk as we used in the deck.
Okay. How does this come out?
You know, I'm liking this stuff. I don't know that much about it, but like I say, the old Detco, from what I hear, they took the magic stuff out. The asbestos fibers and
Okay,
the
right. That was the good
plutonium.
stuff.
The plutonium's gone, so. And
The horse hooves.
bird trees. So I don't know, whatever they took out. But everybody raves about this maritime. That's what we use. So
Okay.
it's similar to TDS, which is very clever for Tech systems. But from what I understand, it's supposed to be better. It's more expensive than TDS by 10%.
This thing had to be completely revarnished, obviously.
Yeah, well, we had to break this half rail joint here when we took it out
Yes.
to get this hardware out and get this off. And this was bedded against the transom, again, with 5200. So when we pulled this out, it pulled about 1/8 of an inch of the plywood transom with it. And that's, remember those little planks we put in
Yeah.
to bring it back to dimension? So now it's good. And of course, all of this back here was rotted, and this part of the margin board sloped down over 1/4 of an inch. So we had to cut this back. Keith cut this back 1/4 inch and then re-welded the top back on it. So it dropped back down to the right height. And it came out perfect.
Came out perfectly. Look at that.
Yeah. So this is all back up to
All back together.
deck height.
And you had new bolts put in here as well,
Yep.
under here. And they're already cleaned up and patched. And
Just have to sand them.
we need somebody to repaint Susanna on there.
Yeah, well, we're gonna sand the transom really good and seal it,
Okay.
and then probably should take a picture of that lettering if you want to keep the same lettering.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put a thin coat, like right here on the deck, and we're gonna put a bead in the corner of this, and then by hand just kind of coax it around the outside and a glob at each bolt, and it goes in. We already chased all of these with a dye because the threads were kind of ragged.
Okay.
So we chased those with a dye, and we're putting new nuts on because the old ones were real sketchy.
But not new bolts.
Not anymore.
What was that?
Didn't need new bolts.
No, and when we were taking this off, we had a brief moment where we talked about taking these bolts out. But
Oh, right, we didn't take them out.
you see
no.
how they're plugged in here?
Yeah, beautiful.
And they kind of go up in there. Oh, if you took those plugs out,
Is it all one piece, or is this, how is it? Oh, those were like, every plug was almost shaped special.
right, so if you take those out, the color will never match again. You're gonna have a nightmare of varnishing. So we
And it's just the hatch cover.
well, because these carlins were rotten,
Okay.
we just cut everything out and then chiseled it off the hatch because it was all bed in 5200. So rather than try to take these bolts out, which would have been a nightmare,
Yeah,
we don't want to talk about that. We took the deck out,
Right.
and because this was very soft and rotten anyway, as was that beam, if you remember. So this all new carlins, and the old bolts were good because they're bronze, but the threads were a little bit funky, so we chased them with a dye.
It's disgusting.
Make sure there's enough.
Well, there'll be enough. It's gonna be a mess.
If it's not a mess, there's not enough.
Drains or something.
And how do we get to that?
Right through here.
Oh, just right through there.
Just pop right in there.
I'll just pop right in there.
But see, it's already in, that's the main thing.
Right.
Putting it in before the deck went on was a good idea. So what you want to do here is make sure the mating surfaces all have something on them. There's going to be a mess. But the same with any glue or bedding compound. You always put about twice as much as you think you're going to need because it squeezes out and there's air bubbles and stuff happens.
And in this case, you were using the caulk, not dolphinite or...
No, we talked about the dolphinite, and we thought, you know what? Why not use this?
Plus, the dolphinite, when it gets hot on here, would probably bleed into the teak, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it does. After a time, it quits doing that, but what the heck? We had a couple tubes left. Waste not, one. Thousand and one uses for rubber gloves.
Yeah, forget plugs. How many pairs of rubber gloves have you go through?
Oh, and
Hundreds.
gloves, rags, acetone, good lord, masking tape.
Here we
Driving
go.
the other day and there's some the minis in front of me.
Okay, are we ready, Freddie?
So the hatch going on the right way?
I think so. That was funny, we couldn't remember if it opened it forward or to the stern. This clean?
Fairly clean. There's a little bit on it. You want another?
Yeah, clean, just for beating on this thing.
There's a little bit on it. That's it.
Wiping your nose on it first.
I think we're there.
We'll grab a couple more rags.
Get down.
Yeah, it's still going down.
Sure is. You good? That should do it.
Beautiful. Wow, that's a momentous occasion.
You know, that's a good design. That hatch really strengthens this deck.
Oh, okay.
It actually
It acts as like a
giant knee.
knee. Oh,
The
really?
garland underneath is, yeah, it's got its own strength, but not
Right.
until this acts like an I-beam almost.
Wow. Okay.
Because it ties the beams together plus this beam. And of course all the planking and the sub deck and so forth.
That's good to know. That'll be something that Alan can put into the article that now we've got approval for. He got approved for the article on the restoration.
Right here. Right here.
It's going down pretty good.
Yeah. It's all you do-it-yourselfers. So once you clean it up, don't leave that tape on. Doug says.
We'll go about 20 minutes or so, depending on the weather.
Oh no, we got some on the deck.
Tear those planks out.
Oh no. Gosh, that is an egregious mistake right there, Charlie. I will not let it happen again.
Damn, I got some on the line.
Lashes, time to the mast.
You get much more on you, you'll have to drink with the chimney sweepers.
It's like when we first started
New
talking, I
battery.
was like, this stuff sands off, right?
You sure that sands off? Ah, lovely.
All right. Well, there's one more job complete.
Check,
Check. Hatch cover on.
varnished.
Is there anything left to do with the mast hole, or is that's all ready to go?
Just that ring that we don't
There's a
like.
little ring. We don't
Plywood
like.
ring.
Yeah,
Otherwise, yeah.
it's kind of
This is
funky.
all finished now. It needs to be varnished.